welcome to another edition of the Wednesday wrap up. And today I am dishing on 5 common fears that plague startups. So, if you are in dream up phase, or you've started your business and you feel stuck, or if your business is creating any anxiety and stress in your life, this video is for you. I'm Jessica. I am the founder of Brand X Consultants. I am a brand and marketing strategist, and I have created a weekly Wednesday series that goes through different aspects of being an entrepreneur and the entrepreneurial lifestyle. So I hope that you join me. I'm live on 11 a.m. on Facebook Live. So please come find me and ask me questions that you may have. So let's begin and talk about the 5 fears that plague startup companies. So fear 1 is where to start. And this is huge. I hear it all the time. And creating a launch strategy is a lot of work, and it can be overwhelming, especially when you don't even know where to start. So this is what I suggest to people. Find someone that is in your industry that has been successful and ask them to talk to you on the phone and ask them questions on the startup phase and what you could possibly learn from them. If they say no, that's okay. Just analyze their business and look at where they're going and look at the strategy that they used and try to mimic some of those parts of it. Now, I'm not saying mimic the entire company, make it unique, make it yours. There's also other mentors within your network that you could always reach out to. Fear number 2, fear of failure. And boy, this has happened to all of us. Have you ever said, I'm horrible at taking exams, and each time you take an exam you fail? Or maybe even just saying, I can't do this sport, or just using the words I can't before doing anything. That is making your mindset privy to fail. And so changing your mindset is going to be your biggest number 1 goal. Making sure that you say things in the morning such as, my financial goals for April is to make $20,000, or this is my goal, this is what I'm working towards. And when you're saying those out loud, you're teaching your subconscious that you're going to be good enough and that you're going to be the most successful entrepreneur that you have. Now, creating goals and creating a strategy and roadmap to get there is detrimental, and I do have a challenge if you don't know how to goal set, and I'll link that in the comments. But knowing what you're going to be working on every day and seeing small successes towards your ultimate goals, that fear of failure becomes so in the back of your mind that you won't ever see it and it won't even be privy. So fear number 3, the imposter syndrome, and this is a real deal. So the imposter syndrome is when you feel that you are a fake, that there are other people out there that are better than you, and that you really don't see the value in yourself. I always tell people, you only have to be 1 step ahead of your target customer. And what I mean by that is if you're selling online courses, and let's just say you are doing a beginner SEO course, if you know beginner SEO and you're able to teach that to a beginner, then you're not a fraud. You are benefiting their lives. You are creating value. You are saving them time and money, ultimately a lot of money and time. And that is huge. So if you're thinking like you're fake, go back to the drawing board and look at what value and benefits and how you make other people's lives easier with your products and services. Financial woes is a huge fear. I get this all the time. People ask me, Jessica, how did you plan to not make money? And I never planned to not make money. So I always tell people that there are 3 different ways around this. 1, create a business plan that you could take to a VC, venture capitalist, or angel funding, or get a bank loan. Now, I will tell you this, bank loans and VC funds are not going to pay your salary. They're not interested in that. They're usually going to give you money for startup to get the product off the ground and where it's making money. My biggest suggestion is what I call the wheelbarrow method, and that means that you are making money and you're putting more money back into the business, and it's creating capital. The third way really is staying at your current job and making this a side hustle until you feel comfortable with the amount of money that you are profiting each month. So those are 3 different ways that you can go about this. Financial woes is something that you really just have to be prepared for. I was recently speaking with one of my mentors, and I was laughing because I couldn't believe that someone was willing to take out all these really large loans. And he says to me, everyone that I know who has either taken out large loans or a loan on their home or a second mortgage have been the most successful people I know, because there's no way that they're going back to their spouse and saying, we don't have a place to live. So they're generally the hardest workers. And I thought that gave me a whole new viewpoint, and I love that he said that to me. So I'm saying that to you. So there are ways around the fear of finances, and there's ways of knowing that your business is going to be profitable by making sure that you have an evergreen profitable brand before launching. And I do have a free course on that. I'll leave that in the comments as well. The 5th part is not believing in yourself, and this is huge. So if you feel like you're not good enough, if you're not smart enough, if you are not an industry expert, then no one else is going to believe you. And this really, really ties into who you're hanging out with. So if you are surrounding yourself with positive people that are going to be uplifting, then this not believing in yourself fear tends to dissipate. So this is what I suggest. I suggest getting rid of all toxic people out of your life. So anyone who is negative, who complains a lot, who drains your energy, who doesn't believe in you, doesn't believe in your dreams, and who doesn't believe in your business and says negative things, you're going to have to set them aside. Now, I had actual family members who said things to me when I launched my business as to if I would be successful or if I was smart enough, or, the questions went on and on. They were looking out for my well-being. However, they were plaguing my business with negativity, and I really just had to not talk about my business with those individuals anymore. And that's what I suggest to you. However, I do suggest mingling and hanging out with other entrepreneurs, other people who are highly ambitious, people who are positive, that bring you energy, that get those creative juices flowing, those people who push you to be a better person every single day. I am a huge believer in this, and we can even go back. If you remember your mother always saying to you in high school, birds of a feather flock together, and that's meaning successful people tend to hang out with successful people. Even in the business world and high school, it all kind of revolves around who you are, who is uplifting you, and who isn't. So those are my words of advice when it comes to believing in yourself. Now, to sum all of this up, and we talk about the strategy and how you can change these fears. And the first thing I'm going to tell you is mindset's everything. These fears are developed in your mind, and you're going to have to recognize them before you can really start changing them. But I do like to mention the rubber band method, and that is placing a rubber band on your left wrist. And when you recognize a fear and it starts to set in, you change that rubber band to your right wrist. And what happens is you're cognitively recognizing that and creating that behavior, and you're trying to change that behavior. Now, setting yourself up with morning intentions of saying your goals out loud, and also setting yourself up with goals and strategy is huge on conquering fears, because you're seeing small successes into the ultimate goal and the ultimate ways you're going to live. So that is all I have for this Wednesday. Tweet me at BrandX Consultants and tell me what your fears are and how you're overcoming them. That is it for the Wednesday wrap up. I will see you next Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook Live at BrandX Consultants.